Hey everybody, Arthur here with another unboxing video. Today we have Marvel Legends series Deadpool Deathlok. Yes, it is from the Deadpool wave, and it is for the Sasquatch Build-A-Figure that is talking about right there. And it comes with that typical Marvel Legends style packaging. It's got the Deadpool wave Deadpool logo on top. You got the Deathlok artwork on the side, which isn't too bad. You know, it's not horrible. You know, it's just, not bad. I've seen worse, definitely seen worse. So, looks pretty cool on both sides. You get a little bit of information on here. You get that nice crease going through the whole packaging, but who cares, I'm going to open it anyway. And you got Deathlok posing on the back, just some generic pose. Doesn't look horrible. And then you have everybody from this beautiful, beautiful wave, a very highly anticipated wave. And honestly, I don't know why it's a Deadpool wave. Yeah, we get two Deadpools, but if you think about it, it's like, it's a lot more, it should be called the X-Force wave. And it's just weird to get Sasquatch as a Build-A-Figure. But let's go ahead and bring Deathlok out of his prison. Just real quick right now, I just had to show how this was packaged. The bullets, I actually really like how they had this set up. So the line of bullets go straight across, tucks under the plastic, comes over on this side, just allowing it to keep as straight as it possibly can. And it's gonna pop it out. And then of course you can just sort of grab it out of here. I'm trying to figure out which is the best way. You can just sort of feed it through these little spots, and the most bending that you get is really this type of bend at the tip of the bullet. So I thought that was pretty cool, taking them out of the package, and you actually get to see these really, really cool bullets, and you can see Deathlok in the background looking awesome. But let's just take a look at these accessories, and I wanted to start with this because I just really love how they packed it. The sculpt on these, like, yeah, they're just casted in this color plastic, but the sculpt themselves are pretty awesome. Like, look at the little details of how each individual bullet's in there. It's nice, and it's pliable. So you don't have to worry about like the chain snapping or anything like that. Yeah, that'd be the biggest thing, is just don't want this to snap. I've seen a lot of toys where the stuff is so like hard that it just hangs out the side, and then like you go to bend it, it starts like showing the stress marks and stuff like that. So you get this strand of bullets, and he does come with a Sasquatch arm, cool arm. I'll get into that when I build a figure. But to go with those strand of bullets, this is probably one of the most impressive weapons I've seen a Marvel Legends come with, and it is gorgeous. It is casted all in this like gunmetal plastic, like a dark gray metallic plastic. It sort of feels hollow in certain spots, like the top, but I mean, look at that. I love, like, I don't know if those would be like missiles that come out of there. You could, if this, what? Holy crap. That is, I did not know that this rotated. Get out of here. You guys see that? That is so awesome. I thought this was all solid. No wonder it sort of felt hollow. That is cool as can be. I am so happy Hasbro did that. I mean, they could have added a little gimmick, maybe like a knob back here, which I still wouldn't even mind it, but I'd still love that they still have it rotate. That is awesome. Thank you, Hasbro. That is great. This thing is just awesome. A minigun, like rocket launcher, futuristic thingamajig. It is great. Like, this is a monster gun, and this is what Deathlok should have on there. And it's gorgeous. But you can't be Deathlok, okay, without his trusty pistol. And this is again cast in that same type of plastic, and the marbleization sort of works with it, gives it more of that metal look, in my opinion, and it's sculpted very well. This looks so good. Scope and everything on there. Got the magazine coming out, extended mag. I love the attention to detail. So Anybody that's a gun owner knows that you can't really, attach a scope without the proper rails, and you can see at the top they have it. So that detail right there is just great. I'm just trying to get a better look at the front there. Like, you can almost see where the rail is, that it's almost, if this is a separate piece, that it would slide off if you unscrewed the screws right there. So yeah, that's awesome. I love it. That pistol is so cool. Need more unique guns and stuff like that look cool. Then we get into the figure itself. And what's great about this figure is I've had my first Deathlok figure was the old school Toy Biz one. The side of his head would pop up. You can see his brain and stuff like that. So for them to redo this is pretty cool. And that head sculpt is phenomenal. Got a little bit of his flesh deteriorating away, or just peeled off, or battle damage, whatever you want to call it. So it's casted in that like purplish fleshy plastic and like dry brushed with like a yellow almost. So I mean they're stepping up their painting game. I mean, adding some dry brush to flesh tones and stuff, which is good. His eye looks solid. Helmet looks good, or the whole side of his face looks good. And then that sculpt line that it's actually sculpted in. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. I really like it. Sure, you could dirty it up a little bit, make him look more battle damage and stuff like that, but I don't mind the clean look to him at all. He's just that face sculpt is really good. And then articulation wise, he can look left and right. And then he can look down. Ew, look at that neck. The heck is going on there? Was it actually a wash and not a dry brush? Because it looks like all that wash just totally just... Look at that nastiness. What the heck happened there? That's gross. Almost looks like pus or something. But his head does look down this far. And he can not look up any further, because then his head snaps off. No, actually, it should slide back. There we go. There we go. He just had to... He looks up. He has really good head articulation. Looking left and right. Able to give a little attitude, or just like look sideways like he doesn't understand something. And then he also has this giant backpack sculpted detail. Add a wash to that, and I'm sure all that like battle damage look will pop very, very much. And they go over the shoulders. Stuff looks really nice and clean. So when he came out of the package, I was like, man, please don't be glued on like Lasher's back piece. And I gave it a little bit of love, because it is in there a little snug. But you can see it's a peg. So I'm stoked that comes out. And, you don't have to constantly have that backpack on him. So I just took that off so we could take a look a little bit more at this figure. And then you get that American flag. It's painted pretty decent. The yellow around the actual American flag is not the cleanest paint, but all these lines are sculpted in, and it looks fantastic. The hose itself does unplug from his chest, so that's nice. Has a nice little texture sculpted into it. You can sort of see as the light hits it. Arms can go up that far. Full rotation, bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, wrist rotation, and he gets the bend. Now this arm looks like this, all metallic, cast in that metallic plastic or silver plastic. Marbleization is acceptable because it looks good and makes it nice and robotic looking. It's got the painted on little gauntlet right there, and just like a plain looking arm, some silver's popping through. So, paint isn't 100%. This arm, it can only go up that high. Because you can see sort of it starts hitting this top shoulder piece, and I really don't want it to just peel the plastic, so I'm not going to force it. He does get full rotation. This one has like almost like a clicky feel when you do it. A very a bicep swivel, but when it's down, bicep swivel hits stuff. Then you get the double jointed elbow there. It is double jointed. You can see it. Got the painted on brown little gauntlet thingy. Rotation at the wrist. And, oh, it's the jerky. It's going to jerk something motion. Which is alright, because, I mean, I guess it's a pistol. Hold in hand. He's got that trigger finger. Trigger finger is good. Very good to have trigger finger. So then we get into his abs. Like, this is like, it's so nicely done. You can almost not even tell that the ab crunch is there, and I love it. I love having articulation and stuff that, and especially articulation that you can't see. Like, you can easily overlook that articulation. Just, it's really well sculpted in there. He can, oh crap. All right, I don't know if I should try to push this or what. So he has a waist rotation. Yeah, I'm not going to try breaking him. This ab crunch, I don't know if it's ab crunch. Like, it won't, there's no, like when I'm trying to do it, it's almost wanting to snap right underneath there. So I'm not even going to try to ab crunch him. But I would assume that it's got to be. I mean, it's got to be, but I'm not forcing it, guys. I can't, because if he breaks, likelihood of me getting another one is going to be very, very rare. Now, if I do find another one in the wild, yeah, I'll force this thing to bend and, do an update on the video. But there is an ab crunch there, as if it's there. Maybe it looks hidden because they just put it together that way. I'm not 100% sure. But it's oh crap. Okay, nothing broke there. It's just very tight. All right, so you can bend down that far. You can bend back this far. I don't like the sound of that. I'm just looking for like stress marks and see where plastic's like cracked or something. That's all right. So his little hose came out. So he does have ab crunch. So there we go. I took that risk and I almost had a heart attack when I heard that noise. He's got his little heart pump thing. I don't know. Maybe he's diabetic. I really don't know what that hose actually does. If you guys know, if you're more if you're familiar with Deathlok, what is that hose? I mean, I had the figures and stuff. I never really got into the comics or anything or tried to read up on them. So, I mean, I had his original figure. I have his Toy Bigs figure. I have this figure. I just really liked him because of the way he looked. He comes with a separate belt. Not so much. It's not as it's not as dark of a brown as Taskmaster, so it doesn't get the the Tootsie Roll comment. But it's sculpted really nice. The paint on it, where it is paint just right there, looks really clean. But the sculpt is really great, and he has the holster for his pistol, which, let's see how that goes. That looks awesome. That's great. But also, I would suggest, like, just be careful with it, because you can sort of see there that you should be okay, but I'd still be worried about those edges because it's still like a thinner piece of plastic. Now, moment of truth. Hey, you can do the splits pretty far. I really love. All right, this is a very acceptable. He's got these. He looks like he's wearing like a wrestling outfit because like look at these little shorts. They like stop right there, but he has the thigh cut where it stops for the shorts, which is good because it doesn't really cut the sculpture up and stuff, so it's acceptable. And his legs go all the way down. He's got the knee pad, double jointed knees, of course. You got the boot swivel where a boot should be. Ankle bend and pivot. Just look at the sculpt detail in those legs. Like the metal arms and legs just look great. Knee pads look good. Boots look great. Got a little bit of tread on the bottom. But yeah, like the sculpt work, like all the little lines going through, even with the individual like muscle sculptures and stuff like that. Even if you look at his arm, it's the same idea. Like it's great looking. This figure's pretty awesome. So let's go ahead and gear this bad boy up. This figure looks nasty. He's so awesome. Like when he's holding on to his gun and everything, it looks great. Like I would have loved to have put the pistol in first, but you got this big minigun craziness. You gotta have him with this. And it looks so good. The way the bullets come off of it. I guess you could, like, that's, you got your discharge right there. It looks awesome. And he does hold underneath, giving it that support. And I mean, he's a meaty enough figure that he can support the weight. Of course, I'm messing with him and he wants to lean forward, but like that pistol looks good on the side. If we turn him all the way around, he looks really, really awesome. Now, one thing that you could do even, I was sort of messing with it, is like his hand is opened. And if you're familiar with any sort of firearms, he could just sort of have his hand there as the bullets are feeding into the minigun as they're shooting. But then you sort of look, I don't know, it's weird that he's just holding it one arm, but he has a cybernetic arm, so why couldn't he hold it with one arm? So very, very, very cool figure, very cool accessories. Now it is comparison time. Let's go ahead and take this out of there. Here we got the Toy Biz missing arm Deathlok. If you guys watched my review of that, yeah, straight out of the package, I broke his arm off. But, side by side, you can see the difference. And honestly, I really, really like the Hasbro one over the Toy Biz one. Just to look at, like, the aesthetics, like, can this even come out? No. This back piece doesn't come off. This hose doesn't really come out, so it's just, like, in the way. And then you guys can see this, it's all blurry as can be. Just like look at this looks more zombified. I really like the cybernetic part on this one. It has a little bit more than just a simple side, like smooth looking, part there. So I do like the detail they put into the cybernetics. I'm not a big fan of the open mouth. And I really like the white eye, the solid eye. Overall, I really like the look of this one way over this one, but I do like the cybernetic side. So it's sort of like cybernetics, not a big fan of this side and this one. Cybernetics are okay, This side just is way, way better. So far, there's more flesh, so I'd say, he gets the point. So, and the body, Hasbro gets the point. They weren't scared to put the American flag on there. So that's an iconic symbol for this character. Size, I feel like Deathlok should be this size in my opinion. I'm not feeling the whole lankiness. I do really like the metallic paint, the wash they have going on, but that's about it. I really like the sculpted lines on this one. Hose doesn't really come out, and it's a little bit of an obnoxious. So points for this one. There's really no belt that's separate. It's all sort of sculpted in. The cybernetics is okay for the legs and stuff. Gauntlets, meh. Yeah. So I mean, we look at this arm. Do like the wash on the arm. I do. I like the dirtied up a little bit. But this guy, he's going to Brock. He's broken. Brock does a lot of custom. So there you go, Brock. If you're watching my video, you'll have a death head added to the box of goodies that I'm going to be sending you. It's just I keep adding stuff to it, so I just need to get it mailed to you and stop adding to it. But yeah, this figure is phenomenal. If you like Deathlok, you got to get him. If you're not sure of him and you just like how he looks, you just want a badass in your collection. He's definitely one to get. Like, this figure so far is phenomenal. Not even disappointed whatsoever. You get a big minigun with a chain of bullets and some like rockets on the bottom or whatever, because I was totally holding it upside down when I first opened them up. But this figure's fantastic, and I can't wait to dive more into this wave and see what other ones are going to impress me as much as this one. So that sums up my unboxing and review of the new Deathlok figure from the Sasquatch Build-A-Figure wave, from the Deadpool wave. And if you guys like what you saw, hit that thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. So I'm going to keep pumping out content, and you guys don't feel scared to comment down below. Talk about stuff. Let's get conversations flowing down there. And as always, have the best luck hunting. Keep on collecting and have a beautiful day.